Moving to Reno? Well, today we're going to talk about the 5 neighborhoods you actually want to live in, not Zillow's opinion. So you're actually trying to figure out where you should actually land in Reno. That's a great question because top neighborhoods aren't based on some algorithm. They're going to be based on where you actually want to wake up every morning. So today, I'm going to break down the top 5 neighborhoods in both Reno and Sparks. This is going to be based on my 21 years in the real estate industry and having conversations with people who have already made the transition and have moved into areas and probably way too much thinking rather than being up at Lake Tahoe relaxing for the day. That's the good stuff, the weird stuff, and those things that nobody warned you about that show up in the middle of February. I'm also a licensed broker in both Nevada and California, so when it's time to make that decision to make that move to Reno, my team and I can actually make sure that you do it right the first time and as smooth as possible. Now, before we even dive in, we need to talk about what best actually means. Because ranking neighborhoods, well, it's a lot like ranking pizza toppings. Someone's always going to be mad. So if you're a local and think that I'm wrong, fantastic. Drop your pick in the comments below and tell us why your neighborhood is the right one. And if you're not a local yet, you're going to want to save this video to help you out later, because when you're about 3 weeks from closing and panicking on whether you picked the right spot or not, this will be your resource. Also stick around because at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you where my favorite place is to eat. I know you didn't ask, but you're going to get it anyways, because the best way to find out what a city's really like is to eat your way through it. All right, let's do this. There's a lot of solid neighborhoods in the area, so this list was not easy. There is just so much to choose from and so many different neighborhoods throughout northern Nevada. But these are my 5 go-to locations and neighborhoods based on what I have seen work for people that are moving from California, Oregon, and Washington, or pretty much anywhere where people are fleeing from traffic in Texas. But here's the first thing that you need to understand. Your house matters, but your lifestyle matters a lot more. I can stick you in the nicest house in the wrong neighborhood and you're gonna probably hate it. Or I can pretty much put you in a solid property in the right neighborhood and all of a sudden you're calling all your friends and family back home to tell them how much you actually love it. So today, we're gonna actually match lifestyle first, then the houses second. There's no actual ranking to this, just 5 areas, 5 vibes, and 5 chances for you to go. That's the one. So let's go. First on the list is we're going to start with South Reno. That's Damani Ranch, Curdy Ranch, Bella Vista, South Meadows, and Double Diamond. South Reno's clean, organized, and predictable, and I do mean that in the best of ways. If the word project makes your eyes twitch, then this will be your safe space. When it comes to pricing, in Damani Ranch, some of the older homes are going to range between $500,000 to $700,000. Newer 4 to 5 bedroom spots are going to land you probably a little closer to about $750,000 to $1 million. And if you're wanting something semi-custom or a lot with a view, then you're going to land a little closer to $1.1 to $1.6 million. You're paying for newer construction and convenience. You're also eliminating that what happened in this house during the Carter administration. Style-wise, you're talking about 2000s to brand new. We're talking open floor plans, big islands, tall ceilings, and basically I saw this on HGTV and now I want it. The neighborhoods feel cohesive. You're not staring at 5 decades of architecture that's out in the streets fist fighting. The HOAs in this area run about $40 to $120, and they'll take care of common areas and they ensure that your neighbor doesn't paint their house purple. And the property taxes for this area, well, they run generally about 0.6 to 0.8 of the assessed value, and it's still way better than what you're used to. And commute-wise, you're about 15 to 20 minutes to downtown, roughly 10 to 15 minutes to the airport, and roughly 30 to 40 minutes to Lake Tahoe if the weather's cooperating. Most of the homes in this area are 3 to 5 bedrooms, and they're going to range between about 2,000 square feet all the way up to 3,500 square feet. You're close to the Summit Mall, Costco, gyms, and enough restaurants to make sure you'd never have to cook again. So South Reno's wildly popular with families and professionals who want to show up and have an easy turnkey experience. So if you want convenient, solid infrastructure and zero surprises, this could very well be your place. Next up is Southwest Reno. This includes Coughlin Ranch, Lake Ridge, Huff Acre, and Bartley Ranch. Southwest Reno is what happens when money, mature trees, and a few decades all hang out together. If South Reno is shiny and new, Southwest Reno is where we bought before Reno was cool. Smaller to older homes are going to run you between $600,000 to $800,000. Most single-family homes in this area are going to range between $900,000 to $1.4 million. Customs and homes with a view are going to land you right between $1.5 million to upwards of $3 million. Bartley Ranch estates with just a little bit of land will land you right between about $1.8 million to approximately $4 million, depending on how much land you end up with and how off the charts those views are. In this area, you're paying for lot size, privacy, mature landscaping, and just the sheer fact that this area aged and it did it very well. Most homes in this area were built in the 80s to the early 2000s. You're going to see custom and semi-custom architecture, mature trees, windy roads, green belts, and creeks. It's going to have a feel of an actual place and not a builder template. Next is Huff Acre Hills, and this is a sleeper favorite. You'll get elevated views of downtown, Mount Rose, and the entire valley. Plus, you'll get direct access to the Huff Acres Hills double loop trail, which is basically your go-to place if you're into hiking or mountain biking. And there's more single-family homes in this area than you would expect, with little to no HOAs coming out of your pocket. And wildlife in this area is just normal. We're talking quail, deer, hawks, and the occasional coyote roaming the neighborhood on patrol like it pays rent. When it comes to Bartley Ranch, well, this is the place you go to when you want that flex that says, yeah, I want land. You're going to find bigger lots, horse-friendly areas, gated driveways, barns, and even a little tractor action. It borders the Bartley Ranch Regional Park. It has open spaces, amphitheaters, horse arenas, and year-round events. It's one of the few places here where you can still get some land and still be 10 minutes from downtown. HOAs vary. In Coughlin Ranch, they're going to range you somewhere between $70 to about $200 a month. As it comes to Huff Acre and Bartley, well, most of those have no HOAs or it's a very small one. Property taxes in this area are still going to be about 0.6 to 0.8% of the assessed value. So that just translates to bigger house, bigger bill. But it's still going to be way better than what you're used to. Commute from here is only going to be about 10 to 15 minutes to downtown, roughly 13 to 15 minutes to the airport, and 35 to 45 minutes to Lake Tahoe. Southwest Reno is going to be for those people who want privacy, trees, character, and that hiking trail right off your back porch. Moving along, let's talk about Northwest Reno and a little place called Somerset. This is where the mountain suburb lifestyle really kicks in. Basically equates to more elevation, more views, and yes, a little bit more winter. Northwest homes generally run between $500,000 to $800,000 depending on the size of the house and the upgrades. Somerset typically runs right between about $750,000 to $1.2 million. But larger homes or homes with a view can range you between $1.2 million to about $2 million. Old Northwest Reno has that classic Reno feel, with houses being built from the 60s to the early 90s. This is the classic definition of establishment. Has big trees, and neighbors all know themselves because they've probably lived there for a few decades. Somerset's a master planned community ranging from the mid-2000s to much newer. It's going to come with golf, trails, parks, and pools. And don't forget about that big fancy gate that makes people think you live a lot fancier than what you actually do. HOAs in this area really matter. Somerset's master HOA is going to run you between about $100 to $200 a month, and some of the neighborhoods there have actual sub-HOAs that'll go on top of that. And I'd be amiss if I didn't tell you that some of these houses even have what we call an assumption fee. It's a one-time transfer fee that's usually about 1% that loves to sneak up on people in the middle of escrow because nobody warned them about it. You've been warned. You're welcome. And likewise in this area, you have trails, biking, open spaces, golf, pools, community events, cooler summers, and some real winters. The commute from this area is going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes to get downtown, roughly 25 to 35 minutes to get up to Truckee, and then 40 to 45 minutes to get to Lake Tahoe, depending on weather conditions. This is the area for people who want mountain views, actual seasons, and community vibes, but DoorDash still knows where to find them. Next on the list is Spanish Springs and Wingfield. This is where you go when you want to have more space and somewhere to park all your toys. Smaller homes in this area are going to run you between about $500,000 to $600,000. A typical 4-bedroom home in this area is going to land you between about $650,000 to upwards of $850,000. Places with larger lots, RV garages, shops, and semi-custom are going to land you between about $850,000 to $1.3 million. Wingfield Springs in this area is going to add golf course living, walking paths, green belts, and more of that resort suburb feeling. HOAs vary, but a lot of properties in Spanish Springs have no HOAs, which is beautiful if you value freedom. In the Wingfield area, HOAs typically run about $50 to $120 a month. The commute from here is about 25 to 30 minutes to downtown, roughly 25 minutes to the airport, and 40 to 60 minutes to Lake Tahoe. This is the area for people who want more space, more storage, and less density. Translation on that is I don't need a wine bar within walking distance. What I need is a place to back my trailer in without taking out 3 mailboxes. Then there's Midtown and Old Southwest Reno. It's walkable, lively, full of character, and a little bit of chaos in a very fun way. Fixers in this area are going to run you between about $500,000 to $600,000. Updated homes in this area are going to land you right between about $700,000 to $1.1 million. Larger Old Southwest Reno properties are going to land you between about $1.1 to $1.8 million. Most of the homes in this area are going to date between 1930s to 1960s. You're going to find a lot of real hardwood floors, built-ins, arches, and architecture with character. Remodeling in this area is going to have quality ranges from architect designed masterpieces to my cousin watched 3 YouTube videos and he's feeling a little bit adventurous. But the lifestyle in this area is the real draw. You can walk to coffee, breweries, restaurants, events, the river, and the Reno-Oasis Stadium. There is no master HOA in this area, which does mean freedom, but it also could mean that your neighbor now owns a chicken. The commute in this area is about 2 to 5 minutes, or you could just walk right out your front door and head downtown. It's only about 10 minutes from the airport and 30 to 40 minutes from Lake Tahoe. This is the area for people who value walkability, culture, and charm over square footage. Translation is, well, I'll trade that larger yard for the ability to be able to walk downtown to coffee and dinner. All right, I told you I would share with you one of my absolute favorites in the area of where to eat. This is not a paid promo, it just means I'm emotionally invested in good food. My pick and one of my favorite restaurants in the area is Land and Ocean. I'd tell you to order the surf and turf or the macadamia nut crusted sea bass. And if you don't, well, that's between you and your life choices. And if you're relocating to Reno or Sparks and you would like some help narrowing down which neighborhood makes the most sense for your lifestyle, reach out. My contact information's down below along with a link to my calendar. We'll be happy to jump on a Zoom and demystify all the noise about what's really going on here in Reno. So drop your questions in the comments below. I actually personally reply to them. And make sure to check out the next couple of videos which are going to help you understand what areas and what it's like to live here in Reno, what best fits. Until next time, I'm Chris Raynor, your go-to realtor for all things Reno. Go out and live that Northern Nevada life.